the 200 IM right here in lane 4. I feel like you probably have a video of this. I'm going to play the whole thing straight through. If you do, just skip ahead 130 seconds. Alright, so we'll take a look at the splits to start. Back up here first. Okay, so on the splits, you're 208.3 after going 207.89 in the morning, which in the morning was essentially your best time, and you're right at it. And then in the morning, or in the afternoon, excuse me, you added half of a second. The process in which we got there was very different. You're out 28.0 essentially on the fly, 30.9 on the back, 37.2 breast, and 32.2 freestyle. Like I told you at the meet, your backstroke is just like scary fast, really, on this IM. Like going a 30 or 31 is something a lot of people who are under 205 go, and like there's probably even people who go 2 minutes 201 they're like splitting 30 31s on their backstroke. So for you to be 31 and then end up at a 30, or excuse me, at a 208 is for me, it's kind of a red flag. Like we need to calm down just a little bit on the backstroke. I'm not saying like shut it down and go 33, but like we can be a half a second to maybe even a full second slower there, and it's going to be several seconds that you can drop there from then onto the breast and the freestyle, because breaststroke you're 37.2, your 100 breaststroke, even when you were quote dying, fading, whatever on the 100 breast in the finals, it was a 35 split. In the morning you're 34. Obviously you're not going to split a 34 here in the 200 IM, but like there's no reason you can't be 36 knocking on the door 35, and like maybe even going a 35 as your split. So we got to relax a little bit on backstroke, and a little like to relax is like kind of maybe the wrong word, but it's just you're going too fast, which is a weird also a weird thing to say about how somebody's swimming a race. You're going too fast on any part of it. And I think that's just with the proper taper and kind of adjusting our race strategy a little bit, you'll be able to close faster. Like you're not like a 32.2 is just slow. Like that's not what you do. You can definitely go 28, 29 on the freestyle, and there's no reason you can't go at least the 205 this year in the IM. As far as actual swimming goes, I'm not going to get like too into the strokes. I literally just did this for you last week, and not a whole lot has changed in a week, which is fine. It's expected. With your arms, you're doing a nice job coming over here on the butterfly, entering in line with your shoulders. And I can see you're starting to think about where your arms are, how they're landing. And I feel like I had mentioned before your splash, like if your splash is crossing, that means you're crashing and your arms are creating momentum across from each other. But when you're landing in front gently, we're thinking about forward, that you're going to kind of notice that the splash is a little more compact and going forward. And I do feel like it is crossing a little bit here, but we are starting to make our way towards that better entry. Into the backstroke, I'm not going to talk too a whole lot about backstroke, but your big thing actually is that you circle swim backstroke. So you win a 30.9 circle swimming. We swim straight up and down the thing. There's a roof or a ceiling for you to reference, and just relax a little bit. I'm just going to skip through this part, honestly. Okay, breaststroke. We start to get a little bit short on the breaststroke, especially on the second 25. I think this still looks good. Like I said in the 100 breaststroke video just a little bit ago, like you're doing a nice job getting your head up here for your hips to set up beneath you to roll them out, and you're doing a nice job shooting here. But we're getting really low, and like the hardest part of breaststroke is remaining high. And as you're tired here from sprinting a 50 backstroke, like now we're not getting in as high of a position as you're able to get in the 100 breaststroke, which is expected, but that's what we got to really aim for here in the 200 IM. And then we lose sight of you here for a second. Okay, and then on to freestyle. This is where it's really hurting me go 32. Again, like it's not like your arms are super incorrect. It's not like you're not kicking. I mean, you just like you got tired and you died, and that's okay. Like that's part of the learning process. We're fine. One thing I will note is I want you to think about your breaths moving forward. You're kind of holding the breath for a long time, and like here, like you're just barely getting your head in the water as your arm is entering. So I'd like to see you take a little bit quicker breath, maybe initiate it just a hair earlier. I mean, you got to play around with it and get a feel for it, but you want to have your head in line, looking straight down before your arm hits the water, so that way you can initiate the next stroke and just have a better rhythm to it. But other than that, it's a good swim, Lizzie. I think you're in a really great position to go best time at state. Again, that's what we've been training for, and you have every reason to swim fast there.